Alright, Turtle, that's far enough. Today's the day that I beat you, and we conclude this year one storyline. How do I know? Because I ran into the future, and I grabbed this beauty, the Flash issue number 75, and not only do I beat you, but I do it within, within the first, 6 pages or so. So, yeah. Hope. Suck on that. Welcome to Joe's Geek Show, the video series where we talk comics and The Flash, issue number 75. So The Flash issue 75 is a bit thicker than normal Flash books because there's actually 3 different stories that happen in this. The first one is the conclusion to the Flash Year 1 storyline. The second story is about what happens after Barry remembers the whole Year 1 storyline. And then we get a third story about Captain Cold. So the first story is the conclusion to the Year 1, titled Chapter 6, Future Flash. This story is written by Joshua Williamson and Howard Porter, with colors by Hi-Fi and letters by Steve Wands. The second story is titled Today, also written by Joshua Williamson, with art by Scott Collins, colors by Luis Guerrero, and letters by Steve Wands. The third story is titled The Offer, again written by Joshua Williamson, with art by Christian Deuce, with colors by Luis Guerrero and letters by Steve Wands. In the conclusion to the Flash Year 1, it starts off with the Flash, he is fighting the Turtle, and as the Turtle makes the suggestion that in every timeline, Barry has run away, and this is the first time that he's actually stayed and fought. And because of that, history is already changing, and the Flash actually managed to win and beat the Turtle by tapping into the Speed Force in a very big way where he just gets a whole surge of power, and Barry runs so fast that he cuts off Turtle's powers to the future and traps them in the past. While this was going on, Iris managed to set everybody free and break their chains, allowing the people of Central City to stand up and fight with the Flash against the Turtle's men. Cut off from his power, Turtle doesn't really know what to do. He's even having an identity struggle of who am I? And Barry, he escorts him away with him telling Iris that, hey, I'll meet you for dinner. The story then picks up on February 11th, which is now dubbed Flash Day, where there's a big parade for everybody to see. But, of course, Barry Allen, he's in his lab working away. And it's during this time frame when Iris actually introduces Wally to her 2 nephews, Wally West and Wallace West, with the story wrapping up of Wally West walking into Barry's lab with a bolt of lightning about to strike. The second story then picks up with Barry. He's back in the present, and he had just remembered everything that had happened in the Year 1, and he was told by the person that tapped into these bits of his memories that this was his true history and that he had forgotten it. And Barry even wondered, how did that even happen? To which Steadfast, who is the new avatar of the Still Force, by the way, told Barry that his history had been changed and his memories had been altered, and that he needed to remember his past in order to be ready for a fight into the future. Barry takes these words to heart and says, okay, I need to do my best each and every day, and he heads over to the ruined Flash Museum and gives all of the construction workers the day off, with pay, mind you, and rebuilds the Flash Museum, and upon completion calls upon Commander Cole to help him with some special upgrades. Which then ends the story, which moves us into story number 3, The Offer. This one concentrating on the original rogue, Captain Cold. And for some time now, Captain Cold, he has been a member of Task Force X, aka the Suicide Squad, and he was just at the very end of a mission with his last remaining partner, Snakebite, who attempts to make off with the book that Waller was after, and, well, it's a Suicide Squad. His head blows up. Captain Cold heads back to Belle Reve, where he goes back to his cell, and just as he starts to relax, a guard comes up saying, hey, you ready to die today because you're about to go out on another mission? This, of course, causes Captain Cold to kind of go down memory lane and explaining himself about who he was as a kid, about his abusive father, how he never wanted to be anything like his father, and how all he wanted to do was just take care of his family. And you could tell at this point he had had enough, and he stands up to the guard and tells him, just do it, just blow my head up, kill me, I can't do this anymore. And well, a head blows up, just not Captain Cold's. It was the guards. The wall of Belle Reve is then blown out the side near Captain Cold, and the little miniature Legion of Doom comes down, projecting a hologram of the newly reborn Lex Luthor, who makes Captain Cold an offer. An offer which Captain Cold says, sure, I'll take it, but you have to make the offer to all the other members of the Rogues, because in Captain Cold's final monologue, he wants to take care of his family. And wow, okay, this was definitely a lot to unpack. So, I mean, we had 3 different stories coming up in this book. First off, the conclusion to the Flash War. I absolutely loved it. The Flash is one of the great hopes of the DC universe, and I really love how Barry was imbued with that hope, and he used it to tap into the Speed Force to get even more power in order to stop the Turtle. It's what I would call a feel-good wrap-up. As for the second story, you know, I thought it was okay. Didn't quite strike me as much as the first part of the story, but it was cool to see the new avatar of the Still Force and telling Barry, hey, something's coming, so you gotta be ready. And of course, Barry rebuilding the Flash Museum, which I always love to see the Flash Museum. And as goes for the third story, I actually rather liked it, because I know that Year of the Villain is starting next. And so Lex Luthor has been going out. He's been making like a whole bunch of different offers. I know besides Captain Cold here in the one issue of the Justice League, I think it was issue 27, he had made an offer to Martian Manhunter. He had made an offer to, I believe it was the Red Hood and the Outlaws. And I'm just kind of curious to see what kind of offer they're going to get from this. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be some kind of power or something like that. But either way, I think it's pretty cool, and I liked getting into Captain Cold's backstory because I think as one of the Flash's, you know, primary villains, Captain Cold has always had one of the better backstories, coming from such a broken home that he and his sister went into a life of crime, but always making the notion that the Rogues have a code, that they don't ever kill anybody innocent. I think that Joshua Williamson has written some really good stories here. Again, I really liked the conclusion of the Year 1 story, which fed into a story that was decent. I mean, I still liked it, but it was rather on the short side. It kind of gave me the looming idea that something big is definitely going to be happening in The Flash. And then, of course, the offer of Captain Cold, which was also, I think, pretty good. So in the end, I gotta say, you know, good artwork, good stories, you know, with an up, down, up kind of thing going on. And I'm going to say that The Flash issue number 75 gets the cool silver medal. So The Flash issue number 75, have you read this comic? I would love to know your thoughts on it. Please definitely leave your comments in the comment section below. And if you like this video, I'd love it if you'd smash that like button, share it with some friends, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and ring that notification bell for more comic book content. Alright, take care, have a great day, and as always, stay geeky.